Hello, my name is Caden Shuman, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Spotlight with the Shumans. And today we're taking the show to the road to Tampa, University of South Florida. And today we have Jacquez Williams with us. Thank you for being on my show.
Appreciate you for
He is a
having me.
former Jenkins Warrior and current D-line for the University of South Florida. And I'm going to have a couple questions for you.
I got you.
So take me through your first few years of college.
My first few years of college, at first it was kind of rough, but then after you get like the hang of things, it'll get better. Really, the most important thing about when you first come to college is time management, because you got class and football. So once you get that like under control, you will be good.
So along with classes, so is it important to keep classes in check so you can play football and you have to make sure classes first?
Most definitely. If you ain't pass your class, you can't get on that field. So that's the most important thing about being a student athlete is having no grades.
Take me through your high school recruiting process.
My high school recruitment process, it really didn't heat it up to my junior year. After my junior year, I feel like my junior year probably the best year I had. And after really like my first three games, I had a lot of coaches texting me. Then after the final season, I had ended up my first offer after like the season ended. So yeah, my first offer was from Troy University, and after that it just kept rolling.
So how did that offer make you feel?
I was excited because I've been waiting on it for a long time. Cause I know I've been deserving. I put a lot of work in, a lot of extra work in. You know, Coach James, everybody, like just working with them. They're helping me through my recruitment process. At first, it was hard though to get that first offer because it's like you know you got the talent, but it ain't just coming yet. So I just had to be patient to keep working, keep my head down, and it finally came.
Okay. So what are the different things that are important to be a student athlete?
Student athlete. Only thing I can say is school. Like school is very important. Like when I got to college, that's when I really learned like school. Even in high school, like for you even to get to college, you need grades, like grades. School. That's the only thing about it.
So what do you want to get better skill-wise this year?
Skill-wise, I'm just trying to be really the best D lineman in the country. So like really, I'm trying to focus on every area of my game. I ain't really just looking forward just to perfecting one thing out of my all game. Like I gotta get better at everything. I gotta be on top of my game.
So what's one specific thing you want to get better at?
One specific thing, I would say probably learning for different formations, calling it out before anybody else call out. Cause if you know it and learn it quick, you can play faster. Like knowing every little detail or how they lined up or how you need to line up or where to back at, like stuff like the scrim, like that stuff make you play faster.
Okay. So you have great teammates, talented. How can your teammates make you get better?
My teammate right now, I have some amazing teammates. Like really, the D-line room, we so close. It's like we bring from like off the field onto the field, and we just play like together like one unit. So really, ain't really no one specific guy that stand out in it, cause like everybody we travel as a unit. We like a group. So we all just play our part, do our job, and just really just feed off each other.
Okay. Did you go to camps?
Yeah, I went to camps in high school. This is the thing I can say about camps in high school. This is like I learned this. Only go to camps that they invite you to, because if you don't go to a camp they invite you to, you really don't get to look. Nobody really know you unless you go to that camp and really put your name out there. But really, I only went to camps that I got invited to.
So when you went to those camps, what was the one thing you wanted coaches to see in you?
I just wanted the coaches to see I had that dog in me. Like when you see me at camps, I'm in the front of the line, stealing reps, everything. Cause I just want to show coaches like I'm that guy that you want.
Okay. What is the difference between high school and college football?
It's different between that is the intensity, the speed of the game. Like speed of the game is very fast because a lot of teams nowadays go tempo, and tempo is really fast. So like they snapping the ball like every 10 seconds, something like that.
Who is the person that you admire or you want to base your game off of?
I say Kenny Clark, the D tackle for Green Bay Packers, because he got the full package from the pass rush to the run stop, really everything. So he one of the top D linemen in the league right now.
So what is one thing that you can see between y'all two, like comparison?
I say the approach to the game is kind of the same, because when I approach the game a certain type of way. Like it's really a business. Like it's really my job. I'm trying to do this for the living, and that's what he's doing the same thing.
How much work do you have to put in to get a chance on the field?
All I'm saying is, just going to practice and doing that ain't enough. You just doing what need to be done. You see what I'm saying? It's like just going to practice. I go to practice, I'm gonna get extra work, do something, find something. Like if I mess up in practice, I'm gonna work on that. Watch film, break down the film, what I did wrong, and go from there.
So how much work did you put in that COVID year where you didn't go to college and you had to keep working?
That was kind of hard though. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause it was like when I had to sit out that year, it was like I ain't signed yet, so like they could have told me like, oh man, sorry, like we just don't want you no more. But they kept their word with me, and shoot, I just kept putting in work, like day in and day out, just kept working until my time here came.
So what was your first reaction when you got on campus?
My first reaction like this crazy. I'm really in Tampa, Florida at college. Like it's crazy. 'Cause I'm like what 5 hours from Savannah, so it's like it's way different from home. 'Cause there's so much stuff to do out here.
So what is your favorite thing to do when you're not playing football?
Really hanging out with the guys here, cause like I got a one of my teammates, me and him real close. His name Jalen Hawes, and he from here, so he showed me a lot of different things in the area, from the food spots to the beaches. I think probably the beach is probably one of my favorite places because it's so nice out here.
Okay, so last question. Who inspired you to play football?
What inspired me? I don't say this. My dad named me after a football player named Jacquez Williams. He was like Hall of Fame running back at Florida. So I guess from that moment right there, it was just like football on my thing. Then I like to tackle people too. It's kind of fun, like just hitting somebody. It was just fun. So I didn't like nobody really inspired me. It's just like playing football in general was just fun. And I was like, oh yeah, this is something I want to do when I was young.
Okay, and that was the last question. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Spotlight with the Shumans. And stay tuned for more. And again, thank you for being on our show.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
And yeah, we out.